giving her a really massive warm welcome onto this stage. It is a property expert and entrepreneur. Please join me in welcoming on stage Abby Quickway.
Hello everyone!
What a gorgeous picture.
Oh, thank you!
Well, enjoy your session. We'll come out at the end.
Amazing, thank you so much. Hi everyone! Wow, it's so lovely to see so many people here. So I want to come on and show you how to make money. Life skill, isn't it? Normally we make money by going to work, working a 9-to-5 job. That didn't quite work for me, so I got really good at making money from property. So what I thought I'd show you today is how to make some money from property. Because you're here at the Ideal Home Show, so that means you quite like property, yeah? You quite like property, yeah? Oh good, I'm in the right place. That always helps, doesn't it? So today, I'm going to show you how to do a very simple property flip. So I'm going to show you how to buy a property, do it up, sell it, and make £50,000 to £100,000. And I'm going to show you how to do it in just under 6 hours a week. And then I'll show you how you can go from flipping property and making big lumps of cash to building a portfolio that will fund your lifestyle. You can get to about £10,000 a month net passive income if you do this for 12 months. 6 hours a week. It's not a lot, is it? Doesn't sound like a lot. So what do you need to know? How to find the right property. You can't just do this with every property. And I always say to people, you're looking for the worst house on the street. Do you know when you drive around your neighbourhood and you see the house that looks a bit of a mess, that it looks unloved? That's the house that you're going to go for. You need to know how to negotiate with the owner so you buy it below market value, because you want to buy it for the best possible price that you can. You need to know your due diligence and your numbers, because 9 times out of 10 with property, you get the numbers right at the beginning, you make the money. It all comes down to getting the numbers right. You need to know how to buy fast. So I typically buy houses in 7 or 14 days, that fast. I've got very good solicitors. If anyone wants them, come and see me. You need to know how to fund the property. So when I first started, obviously I didn't have any money. I had debt, 24 grand worth of debt. So what I did was I borrowed the money from my dentist. And everyone always laughs at me. They're like, what on earth were you doing at the dentist asking him for money? Well, my dentist had a problem. He had a lot of money, but he was busy in his dental practice. His wife was having his next child, and he knew keeping his money in the bank was making him poor, because inflation eats your money away. So he wanted to get that money out. So he lent the money to me. I bought a property, did it up, sold it, gave him the 200,000 back he gave to me, plus I gave him 10%, so 20 grand back. So he gets his 200,000 plus 20 grand. I made 72 grand profit on that house. And that was the first time that really clicked for me on doing it. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that, but you need to know how to fund the property. You need to know how to refurbish it. You need to know how to manage the builder when you're doing that, so the builder comes in on time and on budget. I mean, builders can be a bit hit and miss, but you get the right one, they'll do a really good job for you. Interior designers. If I had my way, everything would be white and grey, but that's not the best if you're going to flip property. So you need to have good interior designers. You want to stage it. So nowadays you can't just sell empty houses. They have to have furniture in them, so you can get the best price, and you need a pipeline of deals. So why would you want to do this? Why would you want to do what most normal people wouldn't? Because you can make great money. I don't know anything else in this world, though someone might tell me there might be something else, maybe OnlyFans, but I wouldn't recommend that, where you could make £50,000 to £100,000 cash in less than 6 months, in less than 6 hours a week. I don't know anything you could do. So it's great money. It's very tax efficient. If you do it in the right way, there's no capital gains tax. There's no mortgages or tenants. For those people that think, oh my God, being a landlord must be a nightmare and all those bad tenants, we don't have that with property flipping. You get to bring houses back into use, and that's what I like. The last house I bought was empty for 2 years. Nobody wanted to buy it. It was run down, all the windows were put in, pipes had been nicked, and I got to buy it, bring it back, and now a family lives in it. You get to do it without using your own money, and this is the clever part. Leverage someone else's money to bring a house back into the community use, and then to make you money. Live a life that you deserve, because most of us live the same life, don't we? We go to work, come back from work, we have maybe 4 weeks annual leave a year. But we do, don't we? And most people live the same life year after year, and they live it for 40, 50 years, then they retire on a pension that's not really great for them. Doing this, you can literally get to £10,000 passive income a month when you build a portfolio. You could even retire early. You could literally do what you would love to do in life. And you can get started today. So, property flipping, you literally buy a house, do it up, you sell it, you make £50,000 to £100,000. That's simple. People overcomplicate it, but I keep it simple. Or, instead of selling it, you can put a mortgage on it, which releases a pot of money. So instead of selling the one that I had with the dentist, I could have mortgaged it on a buy-to-let mortgage, pulled that pot of money out, gave it to the dentist, and I'm left with an asset that's paying me a passive income. So you've got two options. So there's different types of flips, but I'm only going to talk about a house today. But you can do holiday let flipping. You know, holiday cottages. I do that quite a bit. Buy cottages, make them into holiday lets and sell them as a business. That makes quite a bit of money. You've got commercial flipping. What you can do is you find empty commercial properties. You might want to put Domino's, Costa Coffee, Starbucks, and it's super easy to put them in as tenants because on their website they tell you where they're looking for property. So you put them in the property because you put them in your commercial property. Your commercial property is worth a lot more money. Then you can sell that on and cash in. Typically doing commercial flipping, you'll make 200 grand plus. And then you've got a property business flip. So instead of buying property in your personal name, you put it in a limited company, you get 3 or 4 in the limited company, you sell the limited company off, and it's worth more money because it's in a limited company and it's done professionally. So there's different types of flips, but we'll just talk about a house flip. So this was on the market originally for 180,000. I did offer at that point, but he said absolutely not. The vendor was not going for it. Then he knocked it down to 160,000. So I did ring after that and he said no. I left it 2 weeks and he finally accepted my offer of 141,000. So this was a mess. It was an absolute mess. This is the one that hadn't been lived in for 2 years, been left empty. So there's a before and after. We love a good before and after, don't we? Yeah. That's what makes it all worthwhile. Not the money, it's the before and after pictures. So yes, open planning it just made it more appealing as a home because it had a tiny little kitchen. People don't want tiny little kitchens nowadays. They want more community, family feel. And you can see my stages have been in here and staged it so I can sell it. Got bathroom, bedroom, so I'm not doing anything like really sophisticated. I'm not really, really fancy. I'm just bringing it into acceptable use so I can sell it. There we go. So bought it for 141,000. Stamp duty and legals. Stamp duty, was 4,230. Refurb 28,000. That's my builder doing everything. I'm not doing anything there. Legals and finance because I had a private investor that gave me the money. This wasn't my dentist. This was another guy who owns a business, and again he's got loads of money in the bank, doesn't know where to put it. That was 10,400. So the total cost to do this property, 183,630, got valued at 250,000, and that's 66 grand profit. Not bad. This property took me maybe an hour a week to manage. I'd rock up to site, say hi to the builder, make sure he'd done what he promised he'd do for me, give him the next drawdown of payment, and I was off again. And this took 4.5 months to do. It's not that scary really when you think about it, is it? And the best thing is there's so much of this around to do, so many properties like this that need people like me and you to come and make them into like more homes again. So how do you fund property flipping? If you sat there with loads of savings or cash, get it out the bank, use that, because the bank, inflation's eating your money away, it's making you poor, so get your money out the bank and use that. You can use equity from your own home. So you can literally, if you've got money in your house, you don't have to take it out of your house, you can use it as collateral for a loan and use that. Private finance is what I use other people's money, and it's a win-win. I get to make money, they get to do nothing and get 10% back on their money. And you've got joint venture finance, where it might be if you know someone that's really wealthy, got a lot of money, you could joint venture with them, go 50-50 and do stuff like this. or bridging finance. So bridging is short-term lending, different type of mortgage. So you can, as long as you've got 30% deposit, you can bridge the rest, buy the house, do it up, sell it. So why private investors? Why did my dentist give me some money? And mum at my little girl's school also, she gave me 500,000 for a year. So I had her money to do stuff with. Why do people do it? It literally is down to interest rates. And now the Bank of England's dropping interest rates again. People don't want to keep their money in a bank because they know inflation's high, interest rates are poor. If you've got a lot of money in the bank, what else can you do with it? Well, you can put it into the stocks and shares. But if those that follow the stock market will know it's always a little bit rough, and you're not guaranteed, you could lose it all. It could all go, couldn't it? So where can investors get a great return from their money? Well, people work with people like me. I give them 10% return for not doing anything, and I give them first charge security. So I give them bank grade lending, like the same you would give a mortgage company on your house, I give the investor that. Believe in yourself and you will be unstoppable. I'm just a divorced single mum from Yorkshire that managed to become a millionaire, kind of by accident really. I was only flipping property to give my kids a little bit extra and to take them on holidays and to give us a home because we lived in a rented house. So I did it by accident. But I believe anybody can do this with the right knowledge and advice.
Amazing. Thank you so much for